Hey, this is Vu, and today we're going to take a look at 4 different levels of Gamesense from beginner to professional, and at the end we've brought in an actual CS pro. forZe's Jerry will be here to give you some tips, but to begin with, we've got John Blackness here, who is a Silver Elite Master playing on Overpass, and he's going to commit what is a very common mistake, especially at lower levels, but I see this at higher levels as well. But to begin with, he's going to grab a kill towards party. Intelligently, he's going to fall himself back and grab a kill on a player coming out top con, and that player had the bomb. This is where the mistake happens. He sees that the bomb is down and he instantly tries to make his way over and hold on to it. The thing is, in these types of spots, you have to question, can we control it? You'll often hear, if you listen to pro comms, that someone will say, bomb down, but we can't control it, in somewhere like Banana on Inferno. Sometimes the bomb will drop, but you can't actually hold it. This is a case of that exact same thing. It is possible to hold the bomb in that position if you have the right teammates in the right locations. Perhaps if they had bathrooms control, perhaps if they had connector control, that would make a lot of sense. However, in the exact position that John is in here, he simply can't control it, and having his team all rotate up, perhaps not his own fault, but they all will rotate up to the A bomb site for a bomb that can't be controlled and could easily be picked up and brought back to B, is a pretty big mistake. He easily could be flashed and killed while trying to hold from this exact angle. And instead of doing what they're doing here, the smarter play would be for John to try and put some pressure onto the bomb, force the T's to send as many players as possible, and have his team get map control in the meantime. They could be pushing out short B, they could be pushing through Monster, they could be doing plenty of different things instead of trying to hold onto a bomb that is not controllable and assuming it'll go A. And this will devolve into a bit of a whiff fest here, but you can definitely see how as that offer peeked into him, he missed the first shot. The law had a chance to kill him for free. It's not a great position to be in when your opponents can be in all of bathrooms and peek out on you as they will. Next up, we have a round here from NBH, who is a Silver Elite player here on Mirage. And the first thing to notice is that you're going to see his teammate is up towards Palace, while NBH is not really protecting him at all under Balcony. Now, this is a situation where NBH definitely could and probably should be trying to cover towards ramp and make sure that this player Tits can't get shot in the back just because a player comes out ramp. However, this is also a situation where I wouldn't fault NBH too much if he just said, dude, what are you doing? Get out of Palace, because this is a ridiculous angle. Regardless, what's going to happen is that because NBH doesn't support this player, he's going to get shot in the back by the player lurking out ramp here, and that means that he's going to be a little bit trapped under Balcony. Now, what he does is something really smart. He flashes, grabs the kill, and then swings wide towards ramp. This is definitely a smart play, and not only that, I love that he swings all the way out, makes sure ramp is clear, and then turns back around. He makes sure he's not going to get shot in the back before focusing on the Palace side of the play. What he's done is isolated ramp, cleared it out, turned back, focused on Palace. The problem I have is that he strafes all the way wide here to fight these players going into sight, and he does it with a Molotov out as well, but then he re-follows all the way back up to the same spot. The important thing to realize here is in a lot of spots, simply the pressure applied by surviving can be almost as good or even sometimes better than actually making contact and potentially dying. If those players coming out Palace simply turned around, killed NBH, and then turned back, they would have a much better chance in this round than if NBH didn't put any pressure from where he was and stayed alive. Now, given these are silver players, they didn't actually pay too much attention, so NBH isn't making a mistake making some contact. I just wish he would have done it from closer to ramp so that if they did turn to focus on him, he could have got away safely and allowed that pressure to maintain, so his teammates rotating in will have an easier time finishing off players who might not even be looking in their direction. Next up, we've got Sharkfly, who is a Gold Nova 3 player here on Cash, and he's going to make something that is a very common problem, especially at lower levels. He's going to hyper-focus on an opponent, forget that other players could be around, and get himself killed. The thing that needs to be realized is that unless you have very good reason to believe so, your opponents probably aren't alone. The other thing to mention is that smoke there, actually not a great smoke. Tees will throw that themselves to try to cross to checkers, and letting them into checkers checkers doesn't really help you. But what will happen is they'll make contact from checkers, and Sharkfly will ignore B main entirely to fight the player in checkers, especially when you're looking at a spot like checkers, which is an advanced position that is not easy to get into or out of unless they're doing something like hard pressuring A at the same time. You have to assume there will be teammates there to trade out if you get that kill, and especially again with checkers, they can peek you from B main from safety to get that trade. So for the intermediate level, we're starting with Fishy, who is a DMG level player here on Dust 2 in a currently 4v4. You're going to see that his teammates push through middle on the flank, and he's got 2 players holding B. So at about this moment, he realizes the main way his team could lose this round is if they go up cat, and he's quickly going to rotate his way over to try and hold. As his teammate dies, that was the long flanker that died, he's going to make his way onto platform. However, I think the obvious play here is to go long, recognizing that the T's are going to know that long push was a long push, and thereby long is likely clear. With this much time on the clock, you don't really want to be setting yourself up into positions that you can't hold for a long time if you can't help it. Inevitably, what's going to happen here is unless they go fast out cat or fast out mid, he has to respect that they could come out long, and then he's in a very rough spot. What do you even do from there if they could be close cat and pushing long? You're in an awful situation. So you're going to see that his team is actually going to make contact in middle, and he's simply unaware that this player could be hitting his way out long. He's not aware of the timing, and definitely one of the more important aspects of Gamesense is being able to visualize the map kind of in a 4D sense, and especially think of your opponent's positioning as almost like a density graph, right? As time goes forward, the circle in which they could be gets wider and wider and wider, and as that happens, you need to be able to keep track of where that means they could be. In this case, this player Douglas has got to long very quickly, perhaps a little bit quicker than Fishy may expect, but he should be aware that this is a possibility, and he is not. He's just going to get caught. In fact, Douglas could have taken a shot there, but he'll line it up and get Fishy in the back as he's trying to get aggressive and get out of sight. He's trying to support middle, but he's also trying to get himself out of a position that he set himself into. He put himself in that spot where there was a timer on how long he could stay on platform, and he put himself in the position where he would eventually have to make a play like that. If instead he had gone long early and just held the sight from long, he would have been in a much better spot. Next up, we've got KLX, who is a legendary Eagle player. In this situation, the information that they know for sure is that they're in a 5v4. Their team doesn't have a full buy, as they've heard this player Mason has actually shot that Tech 9 a couple of times, and the T side has used quite a bit of utility to take middle, which means KLX and his team can actually know the T's are low on utility, not on a full buy, down a man, and they don't have that much control of all that much. In this type of situation, you can switch the flip and start thinking of how do you not lose here? Because you're in a pretty big advantage. You've got all the map control you want. All you need to do here is give up middle and play out the 5v4. You don't need to do anything crazy. You don't need to do anything clever. Just don't give away the round for free by trying to be a hero. But unfortunately, KLX is going to do exactly that. He was already spotted in connector, now spotted a second time, and he's going to remain in connector as well. At the very least, he should have been tossing his smoke down at the bottom connector so he would have been safer. But more than that, he needed to just not die there. So as soon as he dies there, his team goes from a very obviously winning position to a spot where they can lose without really making many misplays. Certainly a spot where something could have been done better. Next up, we've got another round from KLX. This time it's a semi-buy where he's got a Deeg and body armor. And the idea I want to impress upon you here is that you need to take the space your opponents give you. He knows at just about this point that both of his opponents are in middle, and not only that, he just saw Karel base Palace make his way past this angle, there's no real reason for him not to actually make his way up into Palace or into ramp. Although it looks like they're pressuring towards B, he has to trust that his two teammates that are both towards the B side can actually hold this, and he needs to get into a good spot in case they come his way. He'll get his way over to default, and although default isn't a terrible position, it's a spot that plays much better if he's got a crossfire or a teammate somewhere near, and especially with a deagle, it's not a spot where he's guaranteed a kill by any means. If he was instead to get up into Palace or into a ramp, if they did come A, he could probably kill the bomb planter, or at least he could delay for his teammates to get there. Instead, again, he's going to make his way back over after his teammates get a kill, which is understandable. He gets spotted out, and he's down on 10 health. The only other thing I want to mention here is the timing of the attempted trade. Kirillbase is going to make his way up connector into jungle, kill his teammate, and KLX will take a second and then go for the swing to try and trade the frag. You need to be able to think to yourself, do I have a trade frag here or not in those types of situations? And the timing KLX had with that peak was not crisp enough to get a trade. In fact, it would have been very reasonable for Kirillbase to turn back around and instantly kill KLX, knowing he's likely to peak to try to get the trade. So you need to be making sure you're always aware, can I get a trade or is the timing off? And if the timing is off, you're actually hurting yourself trying to go for it a lot of the time. Thankfully, his teammate got the kill, round over, disaster averted, but things certainly could have gone a whole lot worse. Next up, we've got Google Chrome, who is FACEIT level 7, and quickly before my RAM runs out, we'll show a small issue that he has here that I see incredibly often. The situation heading into round number 11 is that he has pushed ramp 3 times and he has pushed Palace 3 times as well. The reality, though, is that his opponent spotted him out all 3 times he pushed towards Palace and did not spot him out a single time he pushed ramp, nor would they have reason to suspect that he did, given that they died on the other side of the map quite quickly on those rounds. That means that as far as his opponents are concerned, he has never pushed ramp, and again, he's going to be returning to Palace. He's really been doing ramp, Palace, back and forth, but the reality that needs to be understood in these types of spots is if you did it, it doesn't matter unless your opponents know you've done it. And in this case, his opponents don't know that he has pushed ramp at all. They're fully ready here in Palace, and he can be kind of expecting them to be fully ready if he really thinks about it. Next up, we've got Orgen here on Inferno, and he is of the rank that is globally renowned for its eliteness, and he's going to be in a 3 versus 5. Important to note, he doesn't really have any idea that 3 players from the CT side are on Banana. There's no tells, there's no utility tells either, so as far as he is concerned, he should be expecting 3A, especially because a double molly was thrown towards Banana as well. I really like how he loosens up here in the 3v5 to try and get the advantage back, and you're going to see exactly how that works. He draws a shot out of this Opper and then swings wide to gain some space, and although he's caught off in the back, he instantly turns to catch that Opper as soon as the player that catches him off guard dies. The great things that happened here are that after drawing out that shot, Orgen strafes full wide, knowing Arch is smoked off, and knowing then that that Opper can't really re-peek into middle once Orgen gets past top mid brackets. The reason for that is if Sonics tries to get aggressive and peek out on Orgen, his team can assuredly get the trade because he'll be in the middle of the open. That also means that if Sonics actually remains in middle for any period of time, Orgen can potentially walk up close and catch him off guard. Luckily for Orgen, or unluckily for Sonics, they make a pretty big misplay here, allowing 2 kills to go back the way of the T side and bring them instantly into a 3 versus 3. The problem I have with this round is right here. When you get that double kill in middle, your goal is to chase into the bomb site and isolate the 3v1 on the solo A player. You're almost for sure only going to be running into one player in general, but especially if you heard that they double mollied Banana banana early, and you can isolate that player and take him down as quickly as possible so you can get into good after plants. Just getting control of enough of the bomb site to get a bomb plant isn't necessarily what you want in these positions. Instead, if you can get the kill quickly, or at least find out where that player is and isolate him quickly, you can make sure you're setting yourself up for the after plant to actually win the round instead of simply plant the bomb. Instead, rather than mauling towards big plit and swinging in with 3 players, his teammates fall back and throw some utility, leaving Oregon in an awkward spot, and he does also throw that molly from the middle of the open because he's got nothing else to really do while he waits for his teammates. Then the smokes are going to land towards Moto, and this is actually a team smoke in the middle of site as well. You can see that this will in fact secure the bomb plant for his team. However, you can see how bad the after plants are here. When you're in after plants like this, you want to be getting a player into pit, you want to be potentially getting a player into graveyard, things like that. Instead, up until Oregon forced his way through this smoke, which could have been a death trap very easily, his team had non-existent after plants. They didn't have pit control, they didn't have site control. It very easily could have been a retake for the CT side, especially if the rotates had been a little bit quicker. Little did the T side know here, they even could have taken this all for free because there was no third A player, but in general, you're going to find that the best way to win a round like this is to get as much bomb site control as quickly as possible, and to do that, usually you want to put yourself into a spot to 3v1 and simply trade on this solo A player. That's it for me for this video. Thanks so much for watching. Next up, we've got forZe's Jerry to take a look at some of his own games, break down a few rounds, and show you what's up.
Hello everyone, now I'm going to show you some clips, so you will understand what means Gamesense, what means clutching 1v1, and how to put pressure on your enemy. I'm telling you that because this is my clips from my official games, and it's kind of hard to understand some things, so let's start. We're going to start from my game from this minor versus Gambit Youngsters. This is really cool game. What you can see now is that we're putting pressure on long, because me as a game leader, I just called that the Gambit is going to gamble mid or something, so we should try long. And as you can see, it's worked pretty well. We just got the free long control, and now we should use 2 smokes so we can cross site. Also, Power had the Molotov, and if I'm not mistaken, he used that for car or maybe site, but he should use that for site actually. So let's see what happens next. As you can see now, we just missed the one smoke. I don't know, it sometimes happens, but the thing is, when you misthrown some smoke, you don't need to start screaming on TeamSpeak or something. You just need to say, I misthrown smoke, be ready, there could be a gap on the left, since it's the first smoke that cover long. Let's see what's happened next. Now I'm turning around because of the flash, that's okay, just check inside, getting blind. As you can see, we got the site, so everything looks fine on the minimap, so we should just plant the bomb and play 5v5 retake, that's okay. I think there's always advantage for T side, but now I'm going to take back since we got the site and take the lurk. Let's see what's happened. Yeah, exactly. I'm checking the back, and this is actually important, guys. I want to take attention for you. This is the thing that is separate good player from the bad, because we got the 5v5 retake. You should always take the back and be confident that no one will come from behind and kill 2 or 3 of your teammates without any information. So now I got the back, and that's okay. Let's see what happens next. I just spot the player on the cross, and look here. This is one of the hardest thing in Counter-Strike, especially on the LAN games, and especially when it's official. You have to do something in situation 5v3. So in this case, I'm just trying to get big city, and after that we will see what's happening. I'm taking city, getting 1, getting the second one, and that's a 3v2 now. This is, look, just 10 seconds ago it was really bad, but now it looks like really good. So I already knew about the guy on Gandalf that's gonna hide over there, look. But as you can see, I was checking short first, because in the game, that's always happening. The guy on the Gandalf, that box that I'm aiming at now, he's playing as the second guy, and the first guy will play from short. So as you see, I picked short first. Look, I was picking for the bridge, but once I spotted the guy on the right, I instantly dinked him. After that, I'm just covering my teammate, and the C power, as you can see on the minimap, he's got the back. So I know no one will come from long, or no one will come from the cross. I mean city. So now I will just charge the guys because I know the exile is dinked, and I'll just get the 2 last kills after the bomb is planted. So you see, I just covered my teammate, so I didn't run. I need that bomb to be planted, so I just cover my teammate, and after that I'm free to do whatever I want because I know both guys are dinked, and I can just kill them with the 1 bullet. So what I'm doing now is picking short. It's a default pink. I don't think you need you guys to be explained something, because this is the situation when you can kill both guys with the 1 bullets. So that's happening. I think the guy on short, and I know the last guy is hiding on the box. So all I need to do is just push, jump, or do something incredible. As you can as you can see, we got the round, and that's a really nice round from me. As since I'm a game leader, this is not often to happen. I mean, I get killed by 1 bullet every time, so this is lucky round, but I got all 4, and that's the really important thing, because when you're playing LAN, to take the first pistol round is the most important thing, and not even LAN, even online games. Pistol round gives you advantage for the 1 round and advantage with the economy, and it gives you some confidence that you just won the round 3v5 with no bomb plant, and this gives you a lot of energy. So this is the important things I want you guys to take attention on. So let's move to the next one. Now we have 2v2 situation. We know that the AVP will come from squeaky or hot, so I'm keep picking heaven because my mate Almazer is staying behind the far vent and looking to both directions, squeaky and hot. So I'm safe here. All I need to do is just to kill my guy. So in this positioning, we have a situation that we're fighting both fast fighting 1v1, and that's still okay. You can fight 1v1, and even if your mate die, you got the all information to clutch 1v2. So let's see what's happening. I'm waiting for heaven. Nothing happening. But now I heard something from hut. It could be nade and it could be a flash. And a lot of retakes on his side is happening because someone from main, squeaky or hot, the flashing the guy inside who's watching heaven. So in this scenario, I decided to turn myself around and just hide behind side because I think the flash gonna blow up above heaven. I'll get blind and killed. After that, Almazer can clutch in his position 1v2. So I heard that flash, turn around instantly, changing my position to kill the guy who's trying to get who was using that flash to kill me. So I reposition myself, try to kill him, but he's hiding. Now I know the Almazer is dead and I need to kill his guy. I tried to hit him, but it's never gave me a kill. So I reposition myself again back because I know the guy from heaven is red and I need to kill him fast because this guy from hot can't kill me right now because he's afraid I'm still looking for him, and he's waiting till his mate will make his play from heaven. So I'm repicking the heaven, and this is the thing you can read because you're expecting your enemy to keep killing hot, but as you can see I'm position myself back to kill the guy heaven, instantly get kill on him, and now I'm just hiding behind side and wait till the Hectors will try to get will try to kill me. I mean I'm waiting him to step. I'm expecting him to step because he don't have much time and he has an op, so he will try to kill me as fast as he could. I'm pre-firing the only one angle he could be if he didn't switch his position. That was the hut. I just pre-fired that and I see that he's not there. Then it means he's already out. So if he's already out, he could be behind side on the right in front of me or on the right. I'm checking right instantly, but in this case you see the Hictus changing his direction, is trying to outplay me by kill me from the left. But now he made a step and I know he's on the bomb. he could be left or right. Now we got only two directions to watch. But after that he started to step again, and I know he will pick me on the left right now, so I'm just changed my crosshair on the left and got a pretty easy kill. But after that I jumped, I don't know, maybe I was scared or something, but that was really good clutch. Actually, I like that as well. So I'm really appreciate if you guys watch this till the end. I'm feel really sorry for my English, and maybe my explanation wasn't really good, but I hope you guys enjoyed that. So maybe we'll see each other in some next episodes. So be good and watch the video till the end. Goodbye, guys. Goodbye.
Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, smash that like button, hit subscribe, leave a comment, go to Jerry's channel, hit him up, and we'll see you next time.